Wow, a huge Muslim crowd gathers in New York Times Square chanting Allah Akbar and attack President Trump. Scottie, Nell, Hughes here, and Muslim sympathizers alike gathered in New York's Times Square as well as other places around the country to chant Allah Akbar and to spread propaganda about our current president.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, ashhadu an la.
Amongst those was Chelsea Clinton, also bringing her darlet Charlotte as she bragged in her Twitter feed, as well as the woman who helped organize the Women's March on D.C. and Hamas darling Linda Sarsour. Now, speaking from the bullhorn or the pulpit at the New York Times Square event, Linda continued to say that the President Trump was out to put Muslims in detention camps and reminded those in attendance about FDR and what he did to the Japanese Americans here in the country. Sorry, Linda, there's a big difference between FDR and President Trump. First of all, FDR was a Democrat. Let me just remind you. And more importantly, we were in an active state of declared war at that point. Now, there were some horrific things that happened, and nothing is to excuse what went on during World War II with the Japanese. However, that's not the situation that we're in today. And what we're talking about in this temporary Muslim ban has nothing about internment camps and putting those that are here legally into them. Rather, we don't even need those types of camps because we have something called social media. And if the government and national security are allowed to do what they should be doing and checking and background checking and making sure that we are not having terrorists live amongst us, we don't have to have internment camps. We just have to let our national security team do their job and have the freedom to protect us. Now, they also had a large call to prayer, and they shouted chants of Allah Akbar. Didn't hear the Pledge of Allegiance, of course, or maybe there was, but it definitely was not noted by anybody. But with the cheers of Allah Akbar, which means God is greater or greatest, one has to wonder, do they believe that their God is greater than our God, and that their God is greater than our Constitution and our country? See, there's a big difference between Christianity and Muslims in this way. See, I don't find a word within the Bible that contradicts the laws of our Constitution and the United States government. Can't really say the same with Quran. And you can't say the same much with some points of the Islamic religion. This is where Islamic supremacy comes into question. I just have to say, if we continue down this path, you have to wonder, who do these folks respect more? And who would they answer to if the call to terrorism came to fruition?